This is how I live. This is what I love. This is all the things that my dreams have been made of.
Welcome to my life. This is what I love. This is what the soundtrack to my life is made of. Music, love, life.
Christal Jordan, Be Honest, and myself, Kevin Davis, we are Music, Love, Life, and welcome to yet another episode. We ain't done yet.
We aren't. It's 2018 and we are rolling on.
Yes, indeed. It looks like there are more hilarious. Actually, I don't know what the hell is going on in the world.
2008, first of all, is the government still shut down?
Probably.
I believe so.
You know, I was in the military when they shut down before, but it was like 11 days. And I was in boot camp, so we had to do 11 extra days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what did you do during the, oh, wow. Ooh.
We were just there.
Didn't get paid.
Oh, the military is not getting paid.
They didn't catch you up my bad.
Military is not getting paid right now.
Not retroactive government pay.
No.
No, the military, the government is shut down. No one in government is getting paid.
No, I know. But I think that they reopened.
Well, okay, so the people who are actually here don't go to work. But in the military, you can't leave your post.
You can't fly home.
You just
from
don't get
basic
paid.
training. You just don't get That's really messed up. And I think that people forget those people are the ones that are affected, the most through all this. It's like, people that really can't. I don't know many people that can afford just to not get paid, for work. That's not really.
And that's crazy. In terms of job security, if you can't work for the government.
The government is against us.
Damn, man. What can you do?
I think what's shocking about this particular time, though, is it is all Republican. And there's still a shutdown. Like when I was in the military, it was split House and Senate. But right now, Congress, Senate, and the executive branch are all Republican, and they still shut down.
But that's what being a conservative is all about. Because you can't be a conservative if you don't have anything to conserve.
See, Kevin is dropping bombs.
I'm just saying, man. You got to. That's what they keep. They want to keep what they got. They don't want you to get no more of what they got. Right. They're trying to keep it.
Right.
Well, it definitely is insensitive to those that don't have it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the government shut down. People are going crazy. People are. It's absolute madness. It's like
it's madness, right?
It is madness.
It's not. You see how women do that? She came in the room tonight. She was freezing. Viewers, you see, she has on a thick.
I don't have a
camouflage hunting coat. She said that she was freezing.
I was freezing. I have the heat right next to me.
And now what's the word you use? It's madness?
It's madness.
Is it an epidemic?
It's hysteria. Yeah.
Has it reached epic proportions?
No, okay. But seriously, you don't think things are happening in extremes now more than ever?
No, I don't.
I do. I do, actually. I think in terms of society, shit has gone off the rails.
People are out of control.
More out of control than when they used to feed Christians to lions in the Coliseum.
The difference is social media wasn't out back then, so we didn't have to see it.
Yeah, that's true. It is about seeing it. Like,
unless you were there, you don't know what happened
until you saw Ray Rice's girlfriend get the shit. Like until you saw her hit the ground.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have been able to appreciate.
Right.
Because we know he's a big dude. He's a strong football player. We know she's a woman.
Visual,
but actually seeing it, it was it's fucked up.
But you know what Chris Rock said? We're dealing with the nicest white people in history. All of them.
They are, but everybody is so sensitive, though.
So what now? What was that last part?
I think everyone is so super sensitive,
and especially black people. Black people are the most sensitive people right now to me. Black women are off the charts. So if there's anything extreme, it's black women and their sensitivity right now. But
really, did you just take aim and fire?
I didn't. Later in the show,
nah, that was a shot. That was a shot. Just threw it.
No, it wasn't a shot. Later in the show, we're gonna. This is going to be proven.
Let me go and sip my water.
Sip your water.
Go ahead, and I'm gonna let you further.
Let him go down.
No, I said
let him go down by himself.
I said it already.
I'm just saying. But beyond this,
black people are very sensitive right now.
They are, but people are very sensitive right now. I think people, because he made the comment that white people are the nicest they've been ever in history. That's why I said we put a color on that. So I put a color on who's the most sensitive too. It wasn't an intentional. I don't think that it's just black women. I think people are very sensitive right now.
Okay.
I don't know if people are sensitive. Like in some regards, I think people are being extreme, and in other regards, I feel like people are just smartening the fuck up.
So you think that the transgenders that we talked about that believe that if a man does not want to have sex with a transgender, he's weak. Like
no,
all these
that goes in the other pile.
What other pile?
That's because
what?
Because that reeks of white prejudice. Privilege, excuse me. I mean, that the whole transgenders, white men are transgenders. You do know this, right?
Only? What
Yes.
are you saying?
Only inconclusive.
What are black people who have a dick that think they're a woman?
No, okay, no, I'm not going to do this. Speaking of dicks and women, no.
What is she not doing?
You guys, because...
Did I invent that just now?
Was that an attempt to transition to speaking of dicks?
But wait, did I offend? Did I take a shot that time? That's what. Am I wrong? That's not what a transgender is?
In today's society, anytime you make a statement like what I just said, white men are transgenders, that's a shot.
At who?
At transgenders and white men. I'm sure I'm getting hate mail right now.
That was ridiculous. You cannot say that all white men are transgender.
But that's how easy it is to take a shot.
I was trying to figure out what he was talking about. That's why I asked. So black people who have a dick who think they're a woman are called what? He didn't answer, and you said we're done. Fuck it, take it off the table. Okay, take it off the table.
I don't have nothing witty enough. Give me a second.
Speaking of Christal's dicks, where we going to talk about, Christal? Let's talk about these dicks.
Well, what they will.
The wrong show.
What they
You're on the right show, sir.
What they will and will not penetrate. What dicks will and will not penetrate.
What country are we in? And what rural or urban? Because a sheep is a scaredy cat in some countries, and for good reason.
Actually, you know what's been crazy? Have you seen these damn sex dolls?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like, people are really like saying that men. First of all, there's a large group of men that are saying that they would definitely have sex with a doll.
Have you seen these?
I've seen the dolls.
Okay, so are we voting? We're at the voting phase yet about we have sex with a doll or not? We weren't voting yet. I'll wait. We'll wait.
No, there's only two of you also, if you want to vote.
I mean, you can have sex with a sex doll. It's possible. So you can vote too.
I don't know, because I think men and women's, positions in sex are different. So I think it'd be easier for a man to have sex with a doll
I'm not
than a female.
So when a guy's having in a position, the girl's not also in that position?
No, I'm just saying I think it'd be easier for... Let's look at the mechanics of sex.
Okay.
It'd be easier for a man to have sex with a doll than a woman.
How do two women have sex?
Well, I've never done that.
Penetrating sex. How do two women have penetrating sex?
I'm assuming with help.
You can't put that help on a sex doll?
But that would be... Yeah, but then
it's pointless, right? But to me, two women with a help is pointless too. It's just get a guy. Just get a dude. Like, you want the dick, just get a dick. Stop playing games.
Actually, that's the question men have been asking lesbians
for years.
Well, I can answer that. Maybe she just doesn't want to deal with the rest of what comes along with the man.
How often does this happen?
Every day.
How about those are just people that don't like people?
No, they're just women that don't like men. Women that don't like men, they just want to have sexual gratification. Yeah, I can see that.
What? How does having sex with a woman increase your gratification?
No, I didn't say increase. I'm just saying maybe she just wants to have she wants to have sexual gratification, but she does not enjoy everything else that comes along with.
So
men.
What if you just told the dick to go home when you got tired of him?
I mean, I'm all with that. I'm with that, but I'm not a lesbian.
I just don't understand how you don't want a guy, but then you.
Well, but you know what? There's the same argument with men that are gay and they date very effeminate men, or men that end up, getting breasts and hips and, things that
that's something else too, because I don't understand how a man could look at a woman and still want a man.
But that's because that's a whole nother... That means he's gay.
That just means you're not attracted to him.
Yeah, he's attracted to different stimulus. But there are gay men that are strictly gay, but will be with a man who's very effeminate.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I don't know. It's a spectrum.
So we're talking about the dolls.
Spectrum. Yeah, and you
guys want to vote on that?
Let's take a look at these pictures that you guys sent, because these pictures are amazing.
This looks like a Pornhub site now, right?
So, we voting? Is it the voting time yet?
Those are very... Be Honest is ready to cast his vote. Those are very sexy dolls.
Man, I am not kicking any of those dolls out of bed.
And you know, here's the crazy part, because I know women have gone through leaps and bounds to make themselves look in that fashion.
This is what women are
the
getting,
Kardashian type we've talked about. And these dolls I wonder, actually, you know what? I wonder if all of those surgeries and shit that women have got, they were actually like capturing data to build these sex dolls.
Of course. Everything is capturing
It's
data.
a conspiracy, I bet.
No conspiracy.
No, but this is what women's surgery is creating this.
Here's the magic.
Because look at the gap on the black one in the bottom right. You see that shit?
Here's the magic, Kevin, of all this, right? So I don't want a fake woman.
Who's born with that?
No. I don't want a fake. I don't want a fake woman. But this right here.
You want this?
Sure. I mean, I don't want it, but I wouldn't turn it down. If somebody gave me a birthday gift and I opened it up and it was this, Kit, watch out.
Are you serious?
Kit, watch out, because if you ever piss me off, you know where I'm headed.
You would let's be serious. Like
I still want a real woman.
But okay,
no.
In addition to
stretch marks, give me all that shit.
I want all that. I want the arguments. I want all that. But
in addition to say you're just at home by yourself one evening, you know, wife and kids are gone. It's you in a dark house. The doll is in the closet.
See, here's my only.
Is it coming out?
Here's my only problem with this is that I could never have sex with it looking at me. It had to be looking away because it's just odd. The whole idea, the premise of the shit is odd. But
men are using it. It gives oral sex.
But okay, so then what about the idea that men are visual?
I
wouldn't be able to. I'm voting yes, but it's a weird yes.
Well, in this one picture, the doll is turned around.
Yeah, see, like that is perfect. I could. That would be no problem.
Actually, you know what? This is like, these sex dolls are the perfect solution for Louis C.K. and the other guys that just wanted to jack off in front. Because if your sex doll looks like this,
you can jack off to it.
You can just jack off and it can watch you.
Now,
and no one has to lose their job.
My client, Mary Honeybee Morrison, the best-selling author that came on the show before, she had... Before the dolls, there was just the butt, right?
Yeah, I remember the butts.
So there was just like a butt with a vagina attached to it.
But it was a fat booty,
That was a prototype.
Too. It was a fat booty, though. It was a jiggly fat booty, too.
Well, it would have to be.
It was more authentic probably than these, but as far as the jiggliness.
Okay.
How do you measure jiggly?
Did you ever, they smacked it and it was like, it was making that noise. Like you could tell it was making that noise and it was wobbling like jello.
A little shimmy?
Yes, it was shimmying.
Why do men like that?
Why not?
No,
because we're visual.
What?
We just said that.
I just want to know what it is about that shimmy that's good.
Do you like it?
I do not.
Can you take your eyes away?
Yes.
You lie.
Kevin, you said something.
I don't want to look at nobody. False. First of all, I would hope.
Absolutely false.
I would hope no man that I would be with would have a shimmying ass. That is disgusting.
Why would a man have that?
I don't want to look at a woman's ass.
Stop playing. Anyway, Kevin, we're not going to entertain that. Kevin, you made a statement about Louis C.K. and guys using these dolls as opposed to real women. How would you feel about making child sex robots for pedophiles?
Oh, wow.
I think it should be.
It just took a weird turn.
Yeah,
I think it should happen.
Right?
No, that's real. That's real.
We didn't talk about this in the pre-show.
No, listen, that's real because look.
No, I don't think we should. I think.
So you think
horrible.
kids should keep getting raped?
No,
they're gonna get raped. They're gonna get raped. Kids are going to get raped. Kids are going to get fondled. Kids are going to continue to keep having these things happen to them.
No, but I think that would make it worse.
How?
I think that would make it worse.
Do you think that a law-abiding person who just has an urge to be with kids would not rather find another way to release that as opposed to really hurting a kid? I don't think that people are just evil.
I think the only way that I could approve of a child robot in that type of environment would be if it were used to catch a predator.
Wow, there's nothing illegal about fucking a robot, no matter if it's a dog, kid, whatever it is.
Yeah, but if you go after the robot, then you'll go after a child.
Exactly, and
if you go after the fake thing, you absolutely want the real thing.
It may heighten the desire for that.
That's ridiculous.
No,
that's ridiculous.
How did you turn down that lane? I didn't see that
because that's
coming.
to me that's what it should be about. That's what this should all be about. Is if you're gonna do it for Louis C.K., all he did was just jack off in front of some women. I'm still trying to find the problem with that. However, if you're talking about something that could actually save your daughter or your son from being abused by an adult,
there's no proof that allowing someone to indulge in their fantasy is going to deter them from actually trying to do the real thing again.
Who does it hurt if it doesn't work out?
But we don't know if that's going to heighten. That may heighten their desire for that.
Come on.
Johnny Five.
That's not the way desire works.
The robot.
That's not the way desire works.
How do you know how desire works?
Because I desire things and you desire things. We know how desire works. What do you mean that's not? We know that that's not the case.
I don't know that. I think that would be perpetuating the issue. I think that people that have that issue, I don't know if there's medication they can take.
Right.
And I think there is, because you watch those. There was a show that came on TV One that was a parole show, and it showed a lot of people that deal with pedophilia have mental illness, and so if they take their medicine, they don't have those same urges. But when they don't, they do.
But what I'm saying is, let's find a way to handle the urge.
But I don't think that's going to handle it. I think that's just.
Well, you're not a clinical psychologist.
Okay, well, if you jack off, you still want to fuck. That does not make you stop wanting to have.
That's like, what is he talking about? No, you don't.
Now,
next day.
Now, if you rub one out, you good.
Yeah,
the next day?
The next day, you fuck the doll again. What do you mean? Like, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Having sex with a child has become a criminal offense in our culture.
Right.
People don't want to commit crimes if they don't have to. Give these people a way to release whatever angst they have, whatever issues they're having. Give them a way to release that. And now kids get to still run through the neighborhood without worrying about somebody kidnapping them to fuck them.
I'm not mature enough to give them that option.
I'm mature enough because I don't want my kids getting fucked.
So you mean to tell me that uncle in the family somewhere that you can't leave the kids alone with, you're getting a child sex doll?
Would I get him? Well, that's his response. I'm not going to pay for it. It's like thousands of dollars for these things.
Why not?
Right?
It would protect your kids, and y'all wouldn't have to watch them during Thanksgiving.
But that makes sense. Let's chip in as a family. But still, the point is that it's not about who pays for it. The point is
Uncle Chuck ain't getting shit.
The point is,
Chuck.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a horrible idea. And I mean, these women, these dolls that we just finished looking at, you guys were both obviously attracted to these dolls.
Who guys? Everybody watching?
Two? No, the two of you.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's take a look at it.
It's an attractive doll.
Let's take a look.
So I'm saying
the one in the middle
is
is
the style
bananas.
of woman that society has trained me to be attractive to.
The one in the middle and the one in the bottom right, those are bananas. I mean, I'm sure we all agree on that.
I don't know what the cat eyes and all that.
What's the cat eyes? Where's that?
Now, my point is, be honest.
Which one got cat eyes?
You look, see. That's because Be Honest is not looking at the eyes.
Guys, no.
No, who fucks eyes? You don't fuck the eyes. No. These are sex robots, not eye robots.
Are we making the sex dolls, the child sex dolls, look like particular children?
I thought we were done with that.
No, I'm asking a question. I'm saying the point is...
Are we making these...
because there's too many uncomfortable questions in that.
Yeah, it's too many.
I don't have an uncomfortable question.
Really?
The only thing that's uncomfortable is having to have that conversation with your kid because somebody molested them.
So you made this ugly. This was about men enjoying a beautiful woman, men who may never, ever be able to fuck a woman who looks like that, being able to vicariously
Everybody
live.
Can fuck a woman that looks like
sure.
that.
You can pay for that. You can pay for that.
You get that.
Vegas?
Not so.
You can go to Vegas.
First of all, most women don't look like that.
Go to Vegas. The escorts they have there, they have like pamphlets.
There are places where they
Vegas have pamphlets.
And how much is the price?
$1,300, $1,500, who knows, something like that.
$140.
No,
I know.
No.
Usually,
pussy is worth $140, but that's I guess would you say regular?
When you check on
regular pussy,
yeah, but you're talking
on
about
my
ones
stocks app on Apple, pussy is worth $140.
But if you're talking about escorts, they pretend they've like inflated the value so that they can make more. But Vegas, they have pamphlets. Like you can actually open the pamphlet or a little postcard, and you can choose on the pamphlet. You don't have to go there.
That shit's like Rush Hour. You walk in and it's just a bunch of bitches on a stand.
You know,
like
guys.
Like a choir thing.
So I don't think that guys can't have sex with them, but this would be something that you keep at your home, and
if there's anyone out there that feels for me, please write into the show. If there's anyone out there that realizes, but
they're making sex dolls for women too.
Yeah,
I know, but
that's a mistake.
Buff ass men with long schlongs.
That's a mistake.
Why is it a mistake?
That's going to be a mistake.
Why?
It just is. That's going to be a mistake.
You are so chauvinistic.
Honestly,
no, they are. They do.
Coming.
They do, and they do as they should. Because I think unlike women, men are often lacking in,
I have a problem.
Toolery.
I just realized something. These aren't robots.
Toolery?
These are just dolls.
You just made a word, toolery?
These are just dolls, right? They're not robots. Okay, I'm taking my vote back. For a doll, fuck that. I thought it was a robot. Like, I thought it interacts and does.
It does interact. It talks.
Okay, yeah.
It talks.
Okay, I'm back on board. Okay, I'm back on board.
It talks. They like, there was a special and the guy had, you can get an accent. A lot of guys like exotic accents. You can get an accent. It looks at you. It moves its eyes.
But
it's a real
like,
robot.
be honest. Please do it harder. Like, it's like that or they talk normal, like Siri.
It talks like Siri.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can fuck Siri.
No, see, they would have to get porn stars.
I can fuck
They'll
Siri.
probably do this. They have to get porn stars to like do the voiceover.
No, they have regular people.
No, I have Morgan Freeman on my Google Waze.
So you be fucking Morgan Freeman?
No, if I can get Google
a badass body.
If T-Pain can give me goddamn directions, then I'm sure one of the porn stars can do a voiceover for the fucking robot. Just need to put me in the development department for the dolls, and I will see to it.
I mean,
your favorite porn star has her own doll.
You have experience because you were the face of Dave Chappelle for whatever that thing was.
I can't, guys.
I don't know if I want.
I can't.
I don't know where I want to go.
I can't. Speaking of Dave Chappelle, and we all enjoyed his Netflix special. Have you guys heard Monique's plea to the public to boycott Netflix?
Man, yeah, I heard it.
Let's take a listen.
Are you going to play it?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Cool. All right, be honest.
My loves, I am asking that you stand with me and boycott Netflix for gender bias and color bias. I was offered a $500,000 deal last week to do a comedy special. However, Amy Schumer was offered $11 million. Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle $20 million. Then Amy Schumer went back and renegotiated $2 more million because she said I shouldn't get what the men are getting, they're legends, however I should get more, and Netflix agreed. When we asked Netflix to explain the difference, why the money was so different, they said, well, we believe that's what Monique will bring. We said, well, what about my resume? They said, we don't go off of resumes. Then we asked them, what was it about Amy Schumer? And they said, well, she sold out Madison Square Garden twice, and she had a big movie over the summer. Is that not Amy Schumer's resume? And then Netflix said, by the way, we believe Monique is a legend too. Why shouldn't I get what the legends are getting? Please stand with me in this boycott of Netflix. I love us for real.
I love us for real.
That shit ain't had nothing to do with us.
It had nothing to do with us.
Wait a minute, but she says that Netflix is gender bias and color bias. However, right after that, she calls out 2 black people and a woman.
That's true. That's true. So they only hate black women, not black men
it's
or
gender
white women.
color bias.
But Wanda Sykes came out and said, yeah, they offered me $252 and I turned it down.
Wanda Sykes don't deserve $1 million either. Neither one of them deserve $1 million.
I mean, I don't know about who deserves what, but I do think that people assign a value to you, but that doesn't mean that that's your true value. But Monique has not. She's not relevant right now.
What do you mean by that's not your true value?
True
value as opposed to value.
I think that. Okay, Dave Chappelle. Well, no, he's not a good example because he really went out on top. He never did because of his situation.
Let's be for real. Dave Chappelle took his specials to Netflix partly due to his experience with Comedy Central. They screwed him and was supposed to pay him way more than what he actually received.
Right.
That was why the Chappelle show ended.
Right.
That's why he walked off. Part of it.
Part of it, yeah. There was some other things happening too.
Right.
True, but that's a perfect example. And then he came back 10 years later after taking a break, and then he was able. But I mean, the demand for him was extremely high.
Yes.
So I think
Dave Chappelle would sell out Madison Square Garden.
Right. That's my problem. Is Monique? At this point, she's been very successful. She's accomplished a lot, but Hollywood is about what how relevant are you right now? And right now, she's
Monique has never been that popular. She's never been that popular.
She's been more popular than she is right now.
The Parkers was a good time for her.
No, she got a Golden Globe and she won. That
movie was awful. Precious was awful.
Okay,
and it only made $45 million, by the way. And she wasn't the lead character, by the way. Monique has never. Matter of fact, have you ever said I'm going to see I want to go see that Monique movie? You've never.
Yeah, but I'm never seen like an Amy Schumer movie. I've never heard anybody hyped to go see Amy Schumer.
I wanted to go see Trainwreck. I literally looked it up on my Comcast On Demand because I didn't get a chance to see it. I like her. She's funny.
She's not funny to me.
I mean, she's all right,
funny.
I guess. If it's on TV, I'll probably watch it, but I'm not checking for her.
Monique has funny moments. She has funny moments. But the thing is, my problem with Monique is this. There was a statement that she made a few years ago where she basically, through Oprah, said Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels were like Uncle Toms. And she shitted on them for no reason. I mean, for her own personal reason. But she obviously does not have a problem, throwing other African Americans under the bus. So why would she ask for people to support her when she's quite publicly downed other people? And in that same rant, she also mentioned a woman and 2 other African American comedians who really are her peers. Like, I think that there's a way to do it that would make other people want to support her. And the way she did it definitely alienates. It's almost like she's just bitter because she's not as popular and she's not as valued. Now, Jada Pinkett made a statement that said, you may not like Monique's way, which I appreciate because I think that's the problem. Number one is even if she was discriminated against, throwing other people under the bus, which has been her MO for a while, is not the way to make other people want to support you. Especially when Dave Chappelle can do no wrong at this point. And
Dave Chappelle don't give a fuck, and he probably got some jokes for her ass now.
I would hope so, because that was just totally not
I was
cool.
mad at my business. Why you throw me in this shit?
Why be mad at me because he's successful. But so Jada Pinkett said you may not agree with Monique's way, but there is bias in Hollywood, and I think there has been. I think it's definitely getting better now. Mm-hmm. But to me, her way of trying to get people to stand behind her, she's not someone that speaks up for other people. So it's kind of hard to understand why she would expect so much support for herself. I don't see her doing anything to help others, so especially the Black people that she wants to support her right now, when in fact she, instead of, trying to be a leader and looking at someone that would help the culture, takes every opportunity to throw others under the bus. So that's a problem for me.
So you're speaking from it before we even get to the part about her true value or her value when it comes to Netflix. I mean, I was just glad that my CEO, all my officers turned her down and only were willing to give her $500,000. Because they have a fiduciary responsibility.
We know that you have stock in Netflix. We hear this every week.
They have a fiduciary responsibility to me, and I'm glad because I wouldn't have watched the Monique special.
I mean, you got half a share.
I
got as much as Jay-Z got of the Nets, and they was like, he's the owner. Fuck y'all.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have watched it. I watched the special that she has on Netflix right now. I might have been your cellmate.
Yeah.
I did. I've watched
which
that.
Came out in 2006.
Right.
That's Monique?
It's Monique.
That was the last special. Last time she did a comedy special was 2006.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Did she sell out Madison Square Garden?
No, this was in the prison.
I think she probably sold out Bob's Butter Grits Cafe the Monday after the Super Bowl last year.
I'm not going to say Monique was not. At one point, she was very popular.
Never the best comedian. She was never the funniest woman even, much less she was never that.
Okay, name another Black female that had more notoriety comedic-wise than she did at one point. Now, Whoopi Goldberg, that's another thing. You will never say anything bad about Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg is king to me. Like
she don't get herself involved in that.
She doesn't. But when she does speak about things, she speaks objectively and she does things to support and move the culture forward. Monique is not that person, and she never has been. It's always been very much about her,
Yeah, and I think that's my issue with what she's like. I don't have a problem supporting Monique or anybody else that feels that they've been.
I'm not supporting her
there's
with
some
Netflix.
Injustice, right?
Netflix is amazing.
But I don't know. I don't know that Monique was present during the women's march.
She doesn't stand up for anything. I didn't hear her
speaking out during police brutality. Yeah. I don't know. None of this, Trayvon, none of this. And you don't ask for a boycott.
A boycott for Netflix.
Something that we all love. I love Netflix.
I do too.
Michael Blackson said that stupid shit he said. But the part that was really true was cable costs $140 a month. Like movie theaters have you been to the movies recently? You're going to spend $45, $50.
Right.
Yeah.
Netflix, it's $30 just to get in the door.
Netflix is less than $10 a month. It's the only thing out there that's cracking like that. That's it.
And it's actually the most recent platform. It's actually the most recent platform for all of these new artists. A lot of people have for example, Dave Chappelle, we wouldn't have access to those specials like that had Netflix wouldn't come along. Because Netflix really has no competition.
Right.
Hulu and that kind
Amazon
of stuff.
Prime is close. They're having originals too.
Frankie and
Grace.
I love Frankie and Grace. I love.
Do you know how many? I listed it on the show the other night for No Nonsense, but there are at least 25 that I can find. Original Netflix content, shows or movies that have black leads or black supporting leads.
See, that's a problem, and that's my problem. That's why when we started the show, I said I think people are way too sensitive, and I do think African Americans are extremely sensitive right now because everything can't be about race. If you don't get your way, maybe it's just you.
How come when I said that, I got like
because
daggers,
you also brought in your white privilege.
I didn't at all.
No, you did. You bring in your white privilege to it.
That is ridiculous. So if I tell you that black people are too sensitive, that's white privilege. But if you say it's not,
no, you said black women.
No, black women are the most sensitive of black people. Black dudes, we've had shit hard forever, and we've been getting hit in the back. We've been, you know what I'm saying? It's always been on us. Our shoulders have always been broken.
Right?
Yes. But now that y'all are trying to step up into the forefront, now you're starting to feel some of this goddamn weight, and you're like, oh my God, foul, throw the flag. This shit is tough, ain't it?
First of all, most of our oppression comes from you all.
Most of our what?
Our oppression.
Whoa. What? I mean, let's just be honest here.
What?
The heat
started out.
I had to stick my chest up here real quick because
Kevin rose up
because all this oppression that you speak of.
Yes.
This is coming from the white men.
That
you're chasing behind. No, black men ain't been in charge of running this country. Black men have not been in charge,
but trying to run the house. And
trying to run the house. Have not been in charge of making sure that women get less than what they're supposed to get.
That's a good question.
I think that
Monique thinks women should. Why do you think you should make as much as a man?
If I do the same job, I should get the same pay.
Why though? Why do you feel that way?
Because it's true. If I do the same job, I should get the same pay.
Me and you get to the date the same way. Why should I pay? If I go to the date the same way you did, why?
Because you are courting me.
What?
See,
if I start to court you,
that's where it gets fucked up because y'all do think that the pussy is worth more than the dick.
It's not.
Oh, it is.
It's definitely
I can prove it.
We got dolls now. We got fucking robots.
I can prove it.
Pussy is worth more than dick.
I can prove it. Dick is free.
No, it's not.
It is so free.
No, it's not.
It can be gotten. Are you kidding me?
No. See, here's the problem.
Do you know how easy it is to get pussy?
Right.
It's even easier to get dick.
No, you're missing the whole point. That's not what you want, though. You don't want dick. You want security. You want support. You want a nigga that's going to take care of you and yours.
That's not what we said.
That ain't dick. Dick is easy, but that shit is impossible. We can get pussy anywhere. Pussy is easy because all we want is pussy. We don't need you to do shit else for us.
That's true.
We just want pussy. Y'all don't want dick. Y'all want security, and that shit is not easy. Stop with the lies.
No, I didn't say. I admit.
No, but when you say dick, you're saying it like the all-encompassing. When we're saying pussy, we're talking about just pussy.
No. So just the penis, the penis alone,
right?
Whatever. The penis alone is free.
Okay, who cares?
It
That's not what you.
Even have value.
Exactly. But you don't really even want
value.
dick, though.
That's true.
We want pussy, though, and pussy is much easier. You don't want dick. You say dick, but what you really want is security and somebody to provide. But that's not easy to get. So dick is not easy.
And really,
because you don't mean dick.
The only way that you've halfway begun to devalue dick is because you have dildos.
No,
and
it's because dick is free.
If you didn't have
thrown at us.
The meat is free.
No.
The meat is the flesh is free, but that's not what you want. You keep saying dick, but that's not
true.
what you want.
But I'm saying dick because Kevin's introduced it to the conversation. But you're right. Women don't just. Most women. Now there are some women now that are winning. These millennial women have flipped the script on you people.
Nope.
And they just want the actual dick. And I'm telling you, dick has no monetary value at all.
Women are wired to want security.
Spoiler alert. It's unfulfilling. You will be no happier of a person than you were before you laid down.
Right.
That's true.
There you go.
So now we're back to the
key
question.
to life. You're welcome.
Why do you want to make as much as men? That was the question.
If I do the job, I deserve the same pay. If I do the same job, in fact,
Why do you
I may do more. Because it's true. Anyone who, if you work a job and you both have the same responsibilities, why would one person be paid less? That makes no sense.
Why does it have to make sense, though? What's fair? If I have a company and I say women make less, either you work here or you don't.
But if every company is that way, that's not right. And we're lobbying and we're changing the rules. You people, it's...
you people. Now,
but you know what?
Is that our woman privilege?
It's absolutely fair because the same job doesn't always pay the same people.
And I know that every job...
You know why? Because Michael Jordan was picked number 3. Right?
Okay, but
that means there were 2 more people above
Sam Bowie. Sam Bowie was first that year.
So are you saying that it's okay that white men are paid more than black men?
Sure.
Yeah, now.
We've been dealing with that shit forever. Sure.
It's a meritocracy.
No, it's...
If you have higher levels of productivity, if you perform at a higher level, if you perform in terms of excellence, then yes, you deserve more.
Okay,
and you don't deserve more because you're white or a woman or a cripple.
That is not how it works.
In the ranks.
No, you don't.
I agree with you.
Just because
that is so romantic.
You gotta put up.
That is so romantic. We should group hug, but it's ridiculous because that's not how this works, and it never will work this way.
That's why the one that sucks dick the best gets the most.
I'm not sure what he's talking about now, so I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna be quiet and let him finish.
But you like,
hey, but,
you like the direction of the conversation.
I baited her in, and she looked at you like,
"Don't look at me, nigga. I'm not sucking no dick. I'll be broke than a bitch."
I didn't know. I didn't know what
that was happening.
I don't have any idea what he's talking about now. He's on his own. The dissension has happened because it's both of us now.
Whatever.
Now we're 3 voices speaking alone.
See, you bailed on
Kevin,
me. That's the white side.
I'm waiting on you to finish. You never finished.
What did sucking dick have to do with the job?
Because women would make a lot more money, I think. I don't know. Do guys suck better dick, Kevin?
I have no idea. I have no experience on that matter.
You just said you did. And you seem like the qualified expert at this table.
No, I just gave it a job. Christal was talking about the same job. I gave it a job.
That's why sucking dick is king. I'm like, okay. If you say something.
All righty then.
Oh, God, here you go.
No, I mean,
you ruined a really, really beautiful moment.
I don't even know what the moment was. That's why I was asking. I was trying to get to the bottom of the moment.
Point is, people who do the same job should get, aside from dick sucking,
okay, so then that means Amy Schumer and Monique should make exactly the same amount of money, and that's not true.
No, they shouldn't, because it's a good. Someone pointed out on Instagram earlier, which we were going to talk about. I totally went around the circle with that one. Sucking? Yeah, the dick sucking is back. No, seriously, but Amy Schumer is more relevant right now. Monique is not.
Cardi B could get more money than Monique.
Cardi B could definitely get more money.
She get $1 million. She get $2 million.
I don't even know. Like right now, Cardi B may be able to get more money for something than Nicki Minaj. Not because she makes better.
And that's not gender or color bias.
Exactly.
It's just value, not true value. Because to me, there's a difference in true value and value. Monique is definitely a more talented comedian than Amy Schumer.
I don't know. I
think so. That's just my opinion.
Right.
I think Monique is I don't think either one of the motherfuckers are funny, but to me, Monique is funnier than Amy Schumer. However, that's true value.
Okay.
Real value, bottom line, dollars and cents. Amy Schumer, I think that Trainwreck movie you're talking about made $140 million.
Yeah, and she had another one that came out with
Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn.
They made another almost $50 million.
She did really well.
If you added all Monique's movies up together and put them up there, they wouldn't equal the amount that her just 2 movies made.
Now,
and Monique was never the lead in any of these movies except for Fat Girls and Hair Show.
All right, but
nobody saw those movies. Hair Show was $30,000, and I think that
30,
Fat Girls, the Fat Girls was $30,000. Hair Show was $7,000. I don't think it went to movie theaters.
Okay,
though.
it didn't go to movie theaters.
I looked this up.
But guys, okay. Now, Monique also made a statement that she was the most decorated comedian. She literally said she was the most decorated comedian.
Didn't Whitney Houston say that Bobby Brown was king of R&B?
She did.
People say shit. That's why I look at it.
But, I mean, she did win a lot of awards for Precious.
Come on.
She won a lot of awards for Precious.
Right.
She won a Golden Globe for Precious. That was huge.
Right.
Like, she's won the few.
But so if you only won the championship one time, and all your awards, the MVP that year, 3-point contest that year, dunk like if you won everything that year, that might have just been an anomaly.
Yeah, I don't think Monique is a legend.
Nope.
I think she's great.
Huh?
And especially in terms of black women comedians, like there's only a handful.
I'm saying who else is there? Because really, Whoopi Goldberg does not get credit as a black comedian
because she did it so long ago.
Well, not only that, because she crosses over. White,
right.
She is a legend. She's definitely a legend, but she doesn't only appeal to black people.
Adele Givens, some more. Aisha Taylor, whatever her name is.
Yeah,
she's probably
but she was on Friends.
She doesn't have that.
She's probably more popular.
And she
than
was
Monique.
on The Talk, and she doesn't have that type of black fan base either.
Now, believe it or not, Monique actually started to sway me when I saw her interview on Sway in the Morning.
How? Because the gray hairs?
Please explain that to us.
You were sympathetic to the gray?
She said, the part that got me, she said, well, if I am a legend, which I don't think she's a legend, but she said, if I'm a legend and I accept that low amount of money, then what does Tiffany Haddish have to look forward to?
Well, first of all, Tiffany Haddish is good.
She's going to get it.
Tiffany Haddish just got $2 million from HBO.
Was saying, right, but her argument was that if I, who have been in the game for 20 years, right, accept a low offer of that nature, then they will use that as leverage against Tiffany Haddish to say, I can't pay you X amount of dollars because Monique accepted it for that.
That was her
argument.
That's not a good argument. Again, that's Monique pandering to herself.
Right.
First of all, she started out with she's a legend and she's on such a different level than Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish is blown her out of the water. Her movie, where she was a supporting actress, has grossed way more than Monique's movie.
There were 4 leads in that movie, and she was one of them.
She was one of 4 leads.
Monique has only been lead in a few movies, and the rest of them, she's like a supporting cast member.
Yeah, and I mean, she just got a deal with HBO. I mean, she
would get more than $500,000 on Netflix.
She hosted Saturday Night Live. She's hot right now. So Monique making that statement really was almost trying to shit on Tiffany Haddish's fame right now. To me,
Tiffany Haddish
she's trying to say that even though Tiffany Haddish is popular, she's not as popular as I am. And she's not as, I'm a legend and she's not. And that's, to me, the girl, she's blown Monique. She's blown past Monique current times? Currently. Yeah. She hosted Saturday Night Live.
And unfortunately, I think part of what Monique's issue is that she doesn't necessarily realize how much the game has changed too, because especially like Tiffany Haddish is a little bit more active on social media.
A lot more active.
And in terms of the public. Monique's not. Monique's got, a few thousand followers, maybe a few 100,000 followers.
She has 100,000.
Whereas Tiffany Haddish, or hell, DC Young Fly has 6 million followers.
Yeah.
Right? And you wouldn't think that DC Young Fly can command a higher dollar than Monique.
On MTV. He's on MTV. He's
in a couple movies too.
But he's a little bit more active. He's a little bit more current.
He's more relevant to the culture, right?
And that has a lot of value. Mm-hmm. That has a lot of value when you sit down at the bargaining table.
I don't like Monique's attitude. It's constantly about herself. If I'm a legend and I don't take this, then what about those that come after me? There's another way to say this. And there was a meme on Instagram today that was like, Oprah's worth $6 billion and she still comes across as humble and pushes other people forward. And there's so many people that are doing less than that and so full of themselves. Monique is someone that's come off as very impressed with her own success. Not saying that she shouldn't be, but it's all self-serving, and that statement had less to do with her wanting to look out for Tiffany Haddish and more to do with her positioning herself and reminding people that she feels that she's a legend. And I feel like, if Netflix, like Wanda Sykes said, you know what? They offered me less. I went and found another home, and that's what she did.
Right.
And that's what you should do. If you don't get the job, go someplace. If you don't want to take the pay, go someplace else. But asking people to support me, and boycott Netflix when they just gave our beloved Dave Chappelle $20 million, and we're enjoying those. Cat Williams, I'm sure, didn't get anywhere near what Dave Chappelle did, but he has a special on Netflix.
Yep.
Cedric the Entertainer has one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Come on, Monique.
There are lots of Hannibal Buress has one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Noah has one.
Actually, Michael Shea has one.
Childish Gambino has one, actually.
Childish Gambino has one. What's his other name?
Donald Glover.
Yeah, Donald Glover has one.
All those people those are all original. Those are considered original Netflix. So Netflix either paid for the production of or post paid for the rights to.
Right.
So black comedians are getting on there.
Exactly.
I don't know how much they're making, but they're getting on there. They're getting attention.
Well, the fact that Dave Chappelle got $20 million.
The entire platform.
Do you have Netflix?
She didn't. Yeah, I do have. I actually pay for it.
Do you guys have you recognized how many Black B movies are on Netflix?
Yeah.
You see the opportunities that are being had.
Yeah. Actually, I look forward to, I'm speaking this in existence for 2018. I'm working on a TV series, and I actually want it to go to Netflix, because on Netflix, you can put the entire series there. People can really connect with it and become fans in a bigger way. So it's a great platform. I'm not saying that there's not
The Organized
bias.
Noise special was on Netflix.
It was on Netflix.
Yeah.
It was.
But I'm talking about really, really B movies. I'm talking about the ones that
you would not
nowhere,
see.
they wouldn't be anywhere else.
But you know what? Even all of all of these vegan movies, all of the food documentaries and stuff, those are getting so much viewers because of Netflix.
I think that it was a bad position to have, especially right now. There's nobody that seems like they have more of an open arm to the black community as far as producing black content. We've been complaining for years and years and years about there are not enough black stars, not enough black. We're not getting the light. And I'm not saying that there aren't more white shows on Netflix, but I'm saying there are a hell of a lot of shows that have black leads on Netflix. Yeah. And there are even more black B movies that these producers and directors would never even, we wouldn't even know their names if they didn't have an opportunity to broadcast their movie on Netflix.
How do we gauge what is racial and what's personal, right? Because if something happens to one person, just like if someone is denied an Oscar nom, that does not mean it's because it always is because it's a racial thing. It could just be that it's not your time. You know, they were talking about James Franco and the fact that he wasn't nominated this year. Is it because of the Me Too stuff? Maybe, you know, but that's personal. It's not about the entire race. And I think that we have to be very careful about constantly calling the race card when it could be that person's career. I mean, Monique made some very big enemies in Hollywood when she spoke badly about Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels. And then she also had some issues with promoting a movie she was a part of. So there are issues that she's had with them that could have been personally a liability for them to invest in her. It has, I mean, who knows if she's going to promote her special? She's
right. Well, she didn't go to Cannes Film Festival for Precious, and that was a big deal.
And I mean, that was the movie that took her to that won her a Golden Globe, and she didn't want to promote that.
That's what Lee Daniels credits for her being quote unquote blackballed. It was because of the way that she handled the press part of Precious. And
I mean, I worked on Blackbird with her, and you know, sometimes things are about your situation personally. It's not about the entire race. And I just think it's irresponsible. And I think even as we align ourselves with things, it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. If black people boycott everything that happens because of one black person, eventually people are not going to take that seriously. I think you have to be very careful what you choose to support. And I just don't think this was one of those times.
I have an idea. You said, how can we gauge it? I think you should use mixed people. I think I have a pretty good perspective of whether or not this is a real issue or if this is some bullshit that white people are not going to pay any attention. Like, are you fucking kidding? We're not changing it for this.
Well, you know what? I've never seen, and I love as volatile as it is, I love the fact that, the public is having this conversation and that social justice is really being wielded in this way. Because when Monique made that video, or when you make your video,
your plea.
When you make your video, that is what gets circulated. That is our evidence. That is your testimony, and we all weigh in on it. Yay or nay, like or dislike, right? Pump it or dump it. We do all of that. And so if that pitch ain't right, it ain't coming across right. Yeah. Like Colin Kaepernick did not ask for a boycott.
Right.
But we all saw what happened. Right. And when they asked him, why did you get on one knee? He was articulate enough to say, this is why I'm doing it, and this is why I'm going to continue to do it, and so on and so forth.
And that's why he got the support that he did.
And that's why he got the support that
it wasn't from a
received.
Selfish place. And I think that's the difference. When you ask people to support you, you better be willing to support others after you get what you want, or really you should have been exercising that the entire time. Right. You know, it's kind of like, I'm going to take my ball and go home, and then when someone doesn't want to play with me, now I want you guys all to come on and support me. And it's like, well, you took your ball and left.
Her numbers were just wrong.
She's the girl that says, don't be friends with that girl because she was mean to me.
It doesn't make
not counting the fact that you spit in her face.
From inception, it made no sense. Dave Chappelle got, you said 20 million?
20 million.
So he made more than Amy Schumer as a black male comedian. Right. But Amy Schumer made 11 million and renegotiated for 13. Is that what she was saying? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't sound like anybody is affected but Monique.
Right.
That's the only person that's saying, and you can't call, hey, I love y'all, I love us. Mm-hmm. What? You're the only one that you know what I'm saying? If they offer me $500,000, I'm taking that shit.
And make them come back and offer me more.
And
or go find someone else like Wanda Sykes did.
Yeah, she could have took that shit to Hulu or go overseas or something.
Or just took the $500,000 and made another one somewhere else. And
and did such a great job. They wanted you to come back and do another one. You know,
but
honestly,
like there are several ways to play that.
It started off wrong because you're saying gender and color, and then you're naming a woman that they paid a lot of money to, and then 2 African American men who are your colleagues and who probably somewhere along the way have supported you. You know?
It was like you tried to juice the cause, man. That ain't.
I wasn't with it. I'm not with it.
Unfortunately, Auntie Mo.
Nah, man.
This actually, to me, is, though, a plus for social justice warriors and Black Lives Matter stuff, because by people not jumping on board with this one just because, I think it shows that there is someone who's differentiating between what actually is an issue and what is not. Because you were saying earlier, like, who do we have to kind of be the gatekeeper?
Yeah.
I think this was a really good sign to the world that, hey, we're not just jumping on anything that Black people say.
Right.
It still has to make sense.
After that whole H&M debacle that some people disagreed about that happened a couple weeks ago. But you guys see that there's actually stores that have been pulling racially motivated T-shirts out. I think Amazon pulled some stuff that was out that was offensive because of...
I saw something that said slavery got shit done. It like had the pyramids on it too.
Oh wow. But I mean, so the protests and that caused people to look at things a little bit differently. You know what I mean? But that was an example of people being split. There were, I think probably half the population felt like the shirt was inappropriate, the other half didn't. But this does, I think, work to that, showing that it's not just an emotional response. People are actually looking at something and saying, no, this really is not fair.
Right.
And I feel like society is calibrating like on what is and is not.
We're learning
acceptable
because social media can be very, very, provocative, and see something as like, no, that's wrong. Like the Shea Moisture ads. You guys remember that, where the guy had the Shea Moisture ads with all the white and biracial women in the video, and I don't know that they tried to do it on purpose, but it just felt wrong when you looked at the ad.
Not to me.
Really?
Not to me. But that's just me, though. I guess people were split on that as well. But
right. And even the Dove, we talked about the Dove, but they went and look at the entire commercial. So social media can cause people to react, kind of a knee-jerk reaction.
But I mean, haven't you guys been seeing all of these high-level executives from Facebook and the different social media platforms that are stepping down now and saying that not only are they restricting social media from their kids, but they're also limiting the time that they spend on social media. These are people that engineer.
Because they know the damage, and they know what's happening behind the scenes.
Like, they're totally against social media now.
In fact, one of the things that I saw the David Letterman special on Netflix.
I did too.
With Barack Obama.
I did too.
Very
right.
It was very well done.
And in that, they spoke about Facebook and how the algorithms in Facebook are feeding you more of your biasness.
Own biases, yes.
Right? So the things that you've clicked on or whatever, so it kind of puts you in literally your own world.
Right.
And so it would sound like it was a joke, but he was like, yo, if you watch Fox News, you are on your own planet. And so it's feeding you more instead of feeding you opposing views.
And
so
why
it's really making it's dividing us more, because you are bombarded with the images of things and that are like-minded for yourself, and you don't get a chance to see what other people are doing.
What's even more dangerous, though, is what these executives, these high-level Facebook people are saying is that exactly what you're saying is happening, but not only are you on your own planet, it doesn't have to be facts. It's anything anybody put. There's nobody going in and saying, oh, this is not true, so we can't post this as a Facebook post. It doesn't even matter if it's true. If you are constantly clicking that button on things, there will become a new truth. Because that's the only side
it's a lie that's repeated
over and over and over again.
Think about young people that have grown up and don't know any different. We can remember, we can look a little bit more objectively, because we know, okay, this just came about in the last 10 years at this level. But if you're a young person and you don't know anything but what your feed is. People are getting their news from Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, you know? So if that objectivity is gone because this is the era that you've been, you know, grown up in, the polarizations are going to be really extreme for people that, you know, depending on who your parents are and where you grew up, you really are going to have no clue, you know, and be you know, it's scary.
And I agree. I'm all for separating your children from social media, and actually, I think as an adult, you have to do it for yourself. I'm guilty of it because I spend a lot of time on my phone.
Yeah.
But and especially when we hear about these terrible things that are happening in the world with school shootings and the travel ban and the wall and the this and the that and so on and so forth, all this stuff is going on. It's really, really healthy to turn it the fuck off.
Yeah.
Turn it, like, for real. Turn your phone over right now.
Turn your phone over.
Like, and like unplug the TV, turn it off, because you really just need some time to just say,
and
realize
awesome.
that, you know, it's not happening in your home.
You know what though? There's another dangerous side to that. Having access to all of those things gives you the ability to push record and go live or put up a video, which our friend Jay Holiday just did recently. So I downloaded the video. I want us to play that.
Oh my!
I like Jay, man.
I'm a little
that's
concerned.
my dude.
See what you think about this.
I'm a bit concerned.
So apparently, man, the black men still losing to the women. I get it. No disrespect. I was raised by a woman. I have 2 older sisters, man. I have absolute all respect for black women. But with that being said, understand this, man. Black men, African-American men, men from the hood, we go through everything to make sure that who we care about are taken care of. We don't swing our dicks around. We don't do all this to be seen. I could be that nigga over here niggas up. I know a whole bunch of little that sing that I could call their ass fuck out, but I don't. And understand this. I got daughters, man. Cardi, Beyonce, SZA, all y'all stop using that fucking pain to make it okay to say some shit on your record and get nominated for a Grammy for going through some bullshit. Cause so have I, as a black mother.
Okay. First of all, most people would not recognize Jay Holiday.
Yeah, most people would not know who the fuck that was. If you don't, that's Jay Holiday. He sang a song. I guess his most popular song was "Bed."
Yes.
And then
which he still performs. He still performs.
Of course. Of course. It was a big hit. It was a big hit.
And he does well. I've worked with Jay on a few occasions on some shows. So yeah, most definitely, he does a great job. The crowd love him.
Yeah, he does okay, but
bring him to your venue. But
does he have a something out right now that's worthy of a nomination?
I don't honestly. I don't know.
Confused at that
because a lot of times people write stuff behind the scenes and you don't always know. Because I think
that's not what he was saying.
Because this was in reference to the Grammy nominations,
right? But what I'm saying
he was talking about his own, not someone else's.
Is
that he's
Bed up for a nomination?
It might have been up a few. About a decade ago.
That was a cheap shot.
I'm just asking because you have again here. We're just talking about Monique. We can't get this nigga a pass, and we just
no. First of all, okay. Can we just acknowledge that pain has always bred creativity? Hip hop is based on pain from the black culture that was put into words for people to express what they were going through. Pain has always led to album sales. I mean, that's why people like Tupac and Biggie were so amazing because they put their pain in their music. So I'm just a little thrown off in how that now is like, I'm sorry if the pain comes from men. I mean, men could make songs about their pain from women, but that's not cool.
Well, I think
wouldn't sell very well.
Well, I think there's a way to do everything. Right.
I mean, how
even for Jay Holiday to express that message, I feel like I understand what he was trying to say, but it didn't necessarily come out.
What was he trying to say?
Please explain.
I don't know if I even want to go there.
No, we want you to.
How dare you say something like that and then not explain it?
Because I want to know how that's different than NWA talking about police brutality and the pain they were experiencing. How is that different? How is SZA not able to talk about her weekend pain?
Well, the one part I will say is that black women can bash black men and sell the shit out some records.
Can we just say women can talk about their experiences with men and that can sell? Men don't often talk about their experience with, but it's not black women only. There are Carrie Underwood. Every country star has sold millions based on their pain from relationships.
Right, but black men could not record an album. Black men could not record an album in which they bash black women.
That's like,
what
are you talking? Every single album is that. Bitches ain't shit. Come on, man. Like, every album has songs about bitches and thoughts and.
I don't love them hoes. Like,
right? Like, come on, that's not true.
Yeah, Snoop made a whole album about we don't love them hoes.
I don't know if there's a whole album, but
it was. Doggy Style was all bad.
I don't think Doggy Style was all about how bad black women were.
It was a classic, but it definitely was. We don't love them hoes.
It might have been misogynistic.
It was extreme. So
hip hop is misogynistic.
So
women's R&B is about men not doing them right. The problem here is that we're talking about value and true value again. Do we feel like Beyonce, SZA, and Cardi B are true value? Is not the question.
And how do we even get all three of those together?
The question is it value? Yes, because black women want to hear it. Mm-hmm. So because black women want to hear it, then I'm for it because that makes money for the people who created it. And why would you stop creating that?
That's ridiculous. I just think that it's no difference than Carrie Underwood singing "Maybe Next Time He'll Think Before He Cheats," and I'm gonna bust the windows out of his car to Jasmine Sullivan saying it. There's no difference. And Beyonce is not bashing black women. She talks about hers like she acknowledged that it was some stuff that didn't happen, but she sings 8 million. I mean, for every song she sings, letting people know about her pain. She does another one where she's all up on him and Deja Vu and Crazy in Love. Come on,
man. But you know what? I feel like, and I'm hoping that Jay is in the studio working on it right now because
he already did.
I feel like what he could have done instead of going to social media with it, I feel like he should have put his pen to paper and started penning the anthem to say, all right, this is how black men feel about being.
He already did that.
That shit wasn't sold. Didn't Chris Brown have a song about these hoes or
these hoes ain't loyal?
These hoes ain't loyal. Like, come on, man. These songs are it happens
and
both
Cardi
ways.
B talks about giving Offset head constantly, pretty much every song. Cardi on brain on Offset. Like, I don't want to rap it, but
why?
She does.
I'd like to hear you rap it.
I definitely want to hear it.
No, but the point is that we're not talking about pain. She says she got cheated, but she's talking about giving him head. Like, I don't know. Jay Holiday just needs to sit down someplace and connect back with Dream and Tricky and
gone and pin that hit, man. And
you meant Jay Holiday, not Jay-Z. Okay, I thought you was like Jay-Z. I was like, Jay-Z already did. Like, he
Jay Holiday
is nominated for Grammys. He's
but
good.
we know, we all know if Jay-Z, if this last Jay-Z album was bashing women, it would not have. Because he has others that did. Well, he's almost 50. He's a grown man with a daughter and with 3 children. He should not have the same album he had out before. Like,
that's not what he's saying. He's saying that Jay-Z couldn't have made an album making Beyonce look bad.
But why would he want to?
He's saying why would Beyonce want to?
Maybe that was the truth.
No, it's because it sells.
No,
that's
it
what
isn't.
I'm saying.
Because women love it. You almost lost your wife.
But why do they love it? Because other women are experiencing that same
It's relatable.
thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's relatable.
So that's what I'm saying. There's value there.
I agree. There's value, but I'm just saying there's also truth. There is value and real value.
But I can't say that I've heard a song where a man is singing talking about my woman cheated on me.
I do. Uncle Sam, I don't ever want to see you again. And Mario Winans also had one.
How long ago was that? Was that Mario Winans crying in that tub?
He said,
"Is that what you talking about?"
I don't want to know.
Man, give me this ball.
There have been a few, but
maybe talked about. Actually, the new 112 single, "Dangerous Games," is about the woman cheating on the man.
Yeah. There have been a few. There have been a few. I don't know that.
I just don't think it's cool. Men don't want to hear about that. They want to hear that.
And women don't want to hear men talk about that either. And ultimately, white people don't want to hear men talk about that. So.
I don't think it's color. I think it's just gender.
White people buy more black music than black people do.
Well, that's because there are more of them.
But I'm just saying, there's more value in hearing a woman's take on...
A woman's take.
Yeah, there's just more value.
But I think if you look at white music, it's the same trends are there.
Except for country. You hit that on the head. Country dudes can complain about every goddamn thing.
Garth Brooks has...
Actually, I did hear some country record dude said, "Fuck you, bitch."
Well, CeeLo's song, "Fuck You," was like the woman cheating and being a gold digger. Andre
Actually,
3000.
You're right.
Andre 3000.
Caroline. Sean Kingston.
Yeah. See, there are songs that way.
Of course there are. Jay Holiday's in a bubble right now. I don't know what he's talking about.
He's been on social media and his algorithms are off.
Well, he deleted his post. So
is that the thing now? Every time somebody says some shit, you be like his algorithms off. Where is he getting this from?
You need to start following
his
different
biases
people.
are coming in his timeline.
Yeah, seriously. That's ridiculous. But Cardi B, Beyonce, and SZA, I mean, hell, SZA was not even talking about pain from the man. She's acknowledging that she loves him and she'll take him just on the weekend. I mean...
Well, SZA's album, she kind of had some songs. The whole album, she had songs on both sides.
Well,
I know that The Weeknd is, of course, popular, right? It was a single, but she had some stuff on both sides.
Well, there's some stuff happening. Yeah. She's telling her truth.
Yeah,
she's got to tell her truth.
Man, come on.
And I felt like that's actually realistic.
We stretching now. With this true stuff, we stretch. Come on, we know songs are songs. People write songs
based in truth.
No, come on. All songs that are written are not. Come on now. We have all been in these places. We've been in these studios.
Not everybody was a player. Somebody was getting played.
Yeah, somebody got played. That's in love.
I understand.
If you got played, you became a player.
Going into the studio, a lot of songwriters, and we've all worked with a lot of songwriters and artists, and a lot of times the songwriter will go in with the artist and actually talk to them about what they're going through.
Sometimes, but a lot of times they just have somebody cut a reference for them of the song they had and they send it to an artist.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but that happens quite often.
I was going to name a situation, but I won't be
and I know that you also know that you've met somebody who is a complete dickhead but can write the fuck out of a love song. And you know they've never experienced love on that level.
I do.
But they have the ability to articulate that love.
I do.
Exactly.
But they also said they have seen it from other people.
Okay, maybe.
And they've experienced it vicariously through other people because they're pulling from other people to write.
I feel you, but I just know there's a lot of just because somebody wrote it don't mean it's real, but that's cool.
No, that
people want to hear it, and that's why
it will resonate with someone. Someone is going through that. With every song that is comes from a hurtful place, someone can resonate with that song. So I mean, Jay Holiday is a great talent. Hopefully he'll get himself together.
Great talent.
No, he can sing. Is what I mean. I don't think he's a great performer. I disagree with Kevin.
Yeah, I was part of a performance too, and it was okay. It was decent, but I don't think that he got the crowd.
Promoters still call me to book him.
Well,
yeah, but I mean,
he's got two songs.
Hit my line.
Yeah, but would he turn it out though?
I don't think so. I'm not going to bet on it.
Fans do not leave feeling unfulfilled.
I don't agree.
You know what? I've been someplace and they did.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
me too.
It's different. It's different stroke for different folks. No shade.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do better. I'm one person. I'm nobody. I'm one person. So my opinion means
mine doesn't either. But I'm just saying, you know. I don't think that Beyonce, Cardi B, and SZA are his issues. I think that he has his own.
Monique and Jay Holiday, we're gonna
we got kids. He might be dealing with some shit, and you know how these baby mamas do.
Well, he should put it into a song.
Get out the dark too, nigga, when you're doing your videos.
Take the hood off.
I had no idea what it was at first. I had to read the caption.
What the heck? Take the hoodie off. No, seriously. So I think we're doing better. We're not boycotting and running crazy after Monique. And hopefully I would watch Monique's special. Hopefully she'll work it out.
I watch it too. I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing how she recovers.
Actually, after all this, I think there's definitely enough hype right now. So
she better come with it and better make it
she
funny.
Better do something. She really should just finance it herself and just do it.
That may have been her intention.
I will tell you this: Monique is a great African dancer. That's one thing I will let you know. If you check out, I follow her on social media. I'm just telling you, she works out and she posts the videos of her dancing, and she has the stamina of a woman 3 times smaller than she is. She's
amazing. Been carrying all that weight all this time. Shit, she just lost that shit recently.
This shit is a walk in the park.
She's been talking about skinny bitches for 20 years, and she just gave me.
She lost a lot of weight.
Skinny the last year?
Well, she's not skinny, but I'm just telling you, she moves like she's got nimble feet.
Maybe that should have been her special for Netflix. They probably would have paid her more.
Yes, nigga.
Listeners, we appreciate you guys tuning in once again.
That's all you can say.
To Music Love Life. If you enjoyed the show today, make sure you share it with someone. And Kevin has revolutionized our YouTube. If you haven't stopped by the YouTube, stop by the YouTube. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, definitely subscribe. We appreciate those of you that have subscribed. And we look forward to seeing y'all next week.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.